We start at the beginning. We left behind a polished, atmospheric masterpiece in Division 1 with Survival and Underground, only to land in a sequel that seemed to have amnesia. It forgot every quality of life lesson its predecessor learned, trading atmosphere for a grind that felt broken from day one. Then came the birth of the Raid exotic nightmare. The Eagle Bear, the Holy Grail, was locked behind an 8-man requirement and RNG so brutal it felt like a social experiment. It wasn't about skill. It was about whether you could find 7 other people who hadn't quit the game yet. Then they truly kicked us in the shins. They didn't just nerf the Eagle Bearer's base damage by 15%. They gutted the weapon's soul. The headshot kill requirement was always there, but they stripped away that 35% amplified damage and replaced it with weapon handling. They traded our god damage for stability we never asked for. They kept tenacity, which delays incoming damage, but without the teeth to finish the fight. You're just a walking corpse waiting for the timer to run out. Around this same time, the Bombardier Drone, once a tactical nu, was sent to the scrap heap. In its prime, a Tier 6 Bombardier could wipe a room with over 4 million damage per bomb. After the nerfs, that damage was chopped in half for PvE, and in PvP it became a joke, hitting for barely 150k. Meanwhile, the drone still glitches through buildings and explodes on ceilings, a bug that has been under investigation for 7 years while they focused on nerfing our favorite gear. Fast forward to the birth of the expertise system to ensure you couldn't keep up. They unified resources across the account to kill the New York Mule strategy where we double-stacked materials by deleting characters. They created the scarcity and the demand in the same breath. When Project Resolve first dropped, it actually felt like a win. They slashed expertise costs, fixed thousands of bugs, and added those spawn protection turrets to Conflict. For a minute, it felt like they were finally listening. The community was hopeful. The grind felt manageable. But once they had us comfortable, they pulled the rug. They used Resolve as a cover to move the goalposts again, while they left Glass Cannon alone. They came for Obliterate in PvP and messed with status effect diminishing returns so hard that tactical play felt punished. And don't forget how those diminishing returns also caught the Pestilence in the crossfire. They reworked how debuffs interact with status timers, meaning your Plague of the Outcast stacks now fall off faster and are harder to refresh. It effectively ruined the weapon's rhythm, turning a reliable damage overtime beast into a chore to maintain. They pushed the expertise cap to level 30, forcing players to dump thousands of field recon just to stay relevant. Now, in the Rise Up era of 2026, the Resolve is dead. We have prototype gear, augments, and unit alloys. Here's the reality. They are slapping players in the face who already spent millions of resources reaching expertise 30. Now you have to convert that gear into prototypes for a casino's chance at a maxed out piece. You spend your life savings in materials to convert a piece, and you get a random roll of augments random stat bonuses between 100% and 150%. If you get a trash roll, too bad. You can't even optimize it. Go farm more escalation tokens and gamble all over again. It's a literal slot machine built on top of a 7-year grind. And the worst part? Despite those Project Resolve turrets, people are still spawn camping with mortar turrets in skirmish. They hit just as hard as an all-red build while the user hides in the back with 0 risk. They move with record speed to fix a material glitch. But 7 years later, the mortar exploit remains under investigation while you get blown up the second you spawn. So my question to the players, is this Rise Up update a new beginning, or just another entry on the list of grievances? Is it a resolve to fix the game? Or a resolve to see how many millions of resources they can suck out of you for a prototype dream that's really just a gamble? Stay frosty, agents, and keep your wallets and your material stashes closed.